turning notebook into a web app with Mercury. And there's no prior knowledge expected, and the two presenters is Alexandra and Peter. Oh, Alexandra and Peter. That's Alexandra, that's Peter. Background on them is Alexandra is a lawyer, graphic designer with a passion for promoting data science tools. And Peter has a PhD in computer science and is an author and creator of data science tools. Yeah.
So, hello, my name is Piotr, Alexandra is there. I will show you the easy way to turn your notebook into the web app. Do you like to create user interfaces? No. me too. So, you know, my favorite my favorite task when I'm working on some data science project is waiting till my model converges. So during this time I can watch YouTube movies. So with Alexandra we are running a company called MLJAR and we are working on data science tools, and our tools are open source. And we have two main tools. The first one is AutoML, the second is Mercury. And our AutoML is open source. It is on MIT license and it has around 1 million of downloads. And people are using it in some research papers. So I'm very surprised with this, but it's okay. And this AutoML is it integrates a bunch of packages from Python ecosystem. It works with tabular data and it automates the full pipeline of creating machine learning model. And I think that the killer feature of this package is automatic documentation. So at the end of the training, you have model, of course, but you also have full documentation for this model. And so here you have some visualization of documentation for the model. So the AutoML has very simple API. We have only two methods, fit and predict. And in the input you have tabular data, and in the output you have leaderboard and a lot of different files and documentation in Markdown and HTML. And what do you do after creating the machine learning pipeline? You need to explain your results to your boss. And have you ever feel like that? Yeah, I was very surprised when I realized that not everyone can code in Python. Yeah, and I think mainly because of this, you cannot just share your code, share your notebook, and non-technical users don't know Python. They don't know how to set up the environment. They don't have access to the hardware, to the dataset, so you cannot share your notebook directly with them. It's impossible. So what are you doing? You are copy-pasting your results into the email, or you are creating amazing PowerPoint presentation, or you need to rewrite everything to web app. And you know there are plenty of tools, frameworks for writing a quick web app in Python only, but you still need to rewrite your code to fit into this framework. And I would like to show you the way without rewriting. So I will show you a few tricks that you can use to convert your notebook into the web app and share with others. Yeah, and I think two main features that make Mercury different is that it is user interface framework, and we don't have any callbacks, and we don't have any layout widgets. And I think this is very not intuitive, but I will show you the demo and I hope you will like it. And all notebooks are in our GitHub, so you can check it later. I will do live code, okay? So, and I will start with empty directory. Okay. So Sandbox is my favorite directory in the whole file system, and I have a lot of different projects there. So let's create one more. It will be NYC directory. Let's go there. Okay, and I will create a Python virtual environment. So I will show you the version of the Python I have. Okay, so I'm using 3.11. Okay, let's create the virtual environment. And let's activate. Okay, and so the first step that I'm doing for all my projects is to create the requirements file with all needed packages. I will copy the ready requirements from the other project, and I will show you. So we have the Mercury, Mercury package, Pandas package, NumPy package, Matplotlib, Alter, Vega datasets, and Plotly. So I will show you how you can make plots with Matplotlib, Alter, and Plotly, and Vega dataset is for some example dataset, and Pandas and NumPy for data manipulation. Okay, so let's install packages. It's good that we have fast internet connection. So the Mercury is built on top of the Django, so you might see Django packages that are installed. Okay, and I will install Jupyter. Okay, so we have virtual environment and we have all packages there. So my next step is to create the kernel for Jupyter. So it will be Python ipkernel install. And the kernel name will be the same as virtual environment. Okay. Okay, let's start Jupyter. Okay, so we will create the empty notebook. Where is the? Okay, this one. Okay, I will rename the notebook to the starter. Okay. So we can start with some markdown and write some header. Starter notebook, live demo. Okay, and we can create some variables, for example, greetings, hello, and city. Okay. And we can just print the greetings and city. Okay, so very simple notebook. And it is hard to share even such simple thing. And so you can convert this notebook into web app by adding the Mercury package. So we can import Mercury. Okay, we can convert greetings to the widget. So just changing the variable to the widget, and we can make it as a select widget. We set the label greetings, and the value will be hello. And we will have, let's say, two choices here. The first will be hello, and the second will be cześć, and it is hello in Polish. Okay, and let's execute this. Okay, so we have a widget. The widget is displayed in the notebook, and we have two values here. And we will change the city variable into the text widget. It is very simple. Just the text label will be city, and the value will be New York. Okay. Sorry. So we have widgets in our notebook already, and to use the widget value, we need to change the variable. We need to add that value. Okay. And you can interact with widgets in the notebook. So for example, we can change the greetings to cześć, but as you see, nothing is happening. And to see the change in the notebook, you need to manually re-execute the style. And it is by design. And I will show you how this notebook will look like if you serve it with Mercury. So I will open the new terminal. I will activate the virtual environment. And to serve this notebook as a web app, you need to start the Mercury server. So to do this, you type Mercury run. Okay, and Mercury will find all notebooks in the current directory and will just serve all notebooks from this directory as a web app. Okay, and okay, so you see we have two widgets, greetings and city, and we have the markdown text and hello New York. Okay. And here, if you change something, so for example, you change the greetings, the notebook will be updated. And so, as I said, we don't have callbacks in the frameworks, and we don't have layout widgets. So, we don't have callbacks because we simply re-execute all cells below updated widget. So, for example, if we change the greetings, we simply re-execute this cell and this cell. But it is only happening when you serve the notebook as a web app. So here, if we change the New York to the Warsaw, the notebook will be automatically re-executed. But here, if we change New York to Warsaw, nothing will happen. Okay, you need to manually run this code. Okay, and then you will see the change. We have no layout widgets. So as you see, all input widgets will be always in the sidebar on the left, and it will be always like that. And the order of widgets in the sidebar will be the same as the order of widgets in the notebook. So you see the greetings is first, city is second, the same here. And in the main view, you will see output from the cells in the same order as they appear in the notebook. So we have some markdown text at the top, and then you have some print, and here you have the same order of the output. And by default, all code is hidden because, as I said, most of the people don't understand Python. So, okay, so it was, very starter notebook. So what if you would like to change something? For example, like demo. What will happen if we will change the, for example, markdown cell? So for example, we can add something here. Okay, and if you save the notebook, all changes will appear instantly in the Mercury as well. And if we will add, for example, some new widgets, for example, I will add two new widgets. Variable A. Okay, and variable okay, and I will just print the A value plus B value. Okay, so we have some new code, and we will see instant update in the Mercury as well, and we can play with widgets, and we will see it is working. And very quickly we switched from the notebook to the web app. Okay, so I will show you some nice features of Mercury. So for example, what if you would like to show the code? So we have all the documentation for Mercury are on runmercury.com website, and you have the documentation for input and output widgets and custom widgets. So here I will use the app widget. So the app widget can be used to specify the title of the app and the description. Okay, and it also can be used to show or hide the code. True. Okay, let's run it. Okay, so you see that the code is displayed right now, and we have the starter notebook. It is the title of the application, and we have some description from starter notebook, and the description is used in the main view, so you can have several notebooks here. Okay, and what if you have a lot of parameters and you would like to set parameters, values, and then click the run button, and then you would like to have the update in the notebook. So we have the argument continuous update, and by default it is true, but we can set it to false. And if you set the continuous update false, then you will have the continuous update false. Let's say to notebook. Okay, then you will have the run button. So you can play with widgets, but nothing will happen. Okay, until you press the run button. And after run button, all cells will be re-executed. All cells below the app widget. Okay? So for example, what if you would like to share only static notebook? You can set the static notebook argument true. And there will be no widgets in the notebook, so you cannot interact with the notebook, and it will be displayed as a static notebook only. And we have a show sidebar. Show sidebar argument. So by default it is true. We can set it to false. So the sidebar will be hidden, but you can open it. But by default, the main view of the notebook is using the full screen, but you can switch it off and display the notebook with margins. You can hide the download button, and so for example, your users can interact with notebook and click download as PDF, and the whole notebook will be downloaded as a PDF file. So you can play with different values and just download as PDF. Do you have any questions? Any? Yeah.
Suppose the Mercury at the command line was we find a URL. How would you get multiple people to run it?
So here you're running this locally, and then you can run the server in the cloud, and you put all your notebooks in the cloud, and people can interact with them. So I will talk about this later. Yeah, this is just for development and to check how it looks locally on your machine. Okay, and so the common use case in notebooks is that you are producing some files, and you would like to produce some file and make it, and your user would like to download your files that are produced in the notebook. So we have the output directory, the special widget where you can save your files, and all files saved in the output directory will be available for download. So I will show you. How to save files in the output directory and how it looks in a web app. So let's create some files. So we'll save to output path, and the file name will be example txt, for example, and we will write, okay, and we will write our result. A value plus B value. Okay. So when we run this in the notebook, we'll see the example txt file here in the current directory. And if we save the notebook, and if we open the web app, so for example, we can set the A and B to 10, and we have the additional view output files. You can click on it and have example txt, you can download it, and the result is 20. So we can easily produce files in the notebook, and our users will be able to download the files. And so the next notebook is, I will show you how to do the interactive presentations in the Jupyter, and how to share interactive presentations with Mercury. So let's create the new notebook. Rename presentation. Okay. Okay, let's import all packages. Okay, so let's make the presentation title. So to make the presentation, we need to set slide types for each cell. So we will skip the first cell, and we will display the title slide. And so we need to restart the Mercury, so it will reload the new notebook, Mercury run. Okay, so we have two notebooks, the starter notebook and the presentation. And right now in the presentation we have only one slide. Okay, so let's, and in this presentation we will just have some scatter plot with some random data, and we'll update the plot in the presentation during the slideshow. So let's generate some data. So we'll have rows variable, will be slider, label, value, then okay, we'll skip this. Okay, we'll add calls. Okay, just set values, rows, calls, and let's create, so we'll skip this as well. So let's create some data frame with random data. And display data frame. Okay, so we have data frame with some random numbers. We'll display the data frame. and let's do some chart. Okay, let's add a scattered plot, so it will be. Okay, we have a scattered plot. Let's make points larger. Okay, and let's add maybe some widget to control the color of the points. Slide. Okay, let's save it. Okay, so here we have a sidebar with our widgets. We have slides. We can interact with them, change them. So when we are displaying the web app as a presentation, we can enter the full screen mode with F key, and we can display this as a full screen presentation. And for example, we would like to change number of columns in the data frame, then we just change the widget and we'll have more columns. And we can create more columns and go back to the presentation. And in the presentation you have one chart, and we can change the data that we are displaying. We can change the color of the points. And it is just the example, but in the real life you can have as complex data as you want, and you can make nice presentation, and your presentation will be interactive during the slideshow. Okay, and I have also a few examples of. So this chart was done with Matplotlib, and I will show you examples how to use alter or plotly in your notebook. So I will copy some red notebooks. Alter example and plotly example. Okay. Let's run Mercury. Okay, so we have new notebook with alter package. It's pretty nice. So personally, I prefer alter over the plotly. So you have some notebook unscaled. Let's run it. Run also. We need to change the kernel. Okay. So it's notebook with some alter plots, and in Mercury you see you have we have new notebook. So in Mercury we have new web app. We can open the web app and interact with chart. And it is nice because in alter you can create the plots, for example, with tooltips. Okay, and the next example is notebook with Plotly, and again some chart done with Plotly, interactive in the Jupyter Notebook, and let's display it in Mercury. And it is interactive in Mercury as well. And you can even, so here you have some animation done with Plotly, and you can play it. Pretty nice. And all notebooks are in the in our GitHub repository. So I have one more feature that I would like to show you. So for example, let's go back to this starter notebook. Okay, so what if you would like to, so you see that the URL of the application is the same as the name of the notebook file. So I have starter notebook and the URL is starter as well. And what if you would like to set, for example, greetings in the URL? We have, so let's remove this. Okay. So you can set the widget's values from the URL. You need to yet add URL key. Greetings, and by setting this, you will be able to set the widget values. And you have the share button, and you see you have the URL created with the widget value set in the URL. So for example, you can share the URL with some example values. Okay, let's go back to the presentation. Okay. Okay, so I show you some widgets, but you will find that all widgets in our documentation, and basically we have input widgets where you can provide input to the notebook. We have output widgets that can be used to display some values to the user, and we also do support some custom IP widgets, but not all are supported, so the few are listed in our documentation as well. And basically, Mercury is working with any Python package. So, if it is working in the notebook, then it will work in Mercury as well. So, you can use any plotting package in your web app. So, it's pretty amazing for me. And so, we have some features that make web app development easier. So for example, you can share as many notebooks as you want. You can easily add authentication. So I will show you the demo how to do deployment. I will show you how to add authentication to your notebooks. Your users can easily export their notebooks to the PDF or HTML. You can create output files in the notebook, and your users will be able to download them. You can embed your notebook in any website, and you can easily hide or show the code. And as I show you, you can build web apps, reports, dashboards, or presentations with Mercury. And regarding the deployment, so as I said, Mercury is created based on Django, so basically you can deploy it anywhere where you have Python installed, but deployment can be sometimes difficult, but we do provide example Docker compose, so you can deploy Mercury on your own machines. You can, for example, share your local deployment with ngrok or deploy on Hugging Face spaces. We also provide a commercial license for self-hosted Mercury, and with commercial license you get, for example, user analytics or style customization. And we also have the Mercury Cloud service, and I think the Mercury Cloud is the easiest way to deploy the notebook, and I will show you right now how to do this. So we have a service that is available at cloud.runmercury.com. So after login, you will have the main view, and you just add the site, and it will be PyData. Okay, and the address will be NYC, and you can even select several different domains. So for example, you can deploy on Run Mercury, of course, or we have is data scientist, is Splunk, is MVP. So for me, some pretty nice domains. So our site will be available at nyc.runmercury.com, and it will be public. Let's just create it. Okay, so the site is ready. You can check it. So for example, we can add some custom welcome message created at live demo. Okay, let's save it. Okay, and if we update the website, we have updated welcome message, and we have the information there are no notebooks. There are no notebooks because we need to upload some. Okay, let's go to the upload view, and we just need to select what we would like to share. So let's go here, and so if you would like to have some packages, of course you would like to, then you need to upload the requirements file with a list of your packages and select your notebooks, and just upload them. And so you can see that Altair notebook has size 100 kilobytes, and Plotly notebook has size 4 megabytes. And I think that's why I prefer Altair. And I believe Plotly is loading whole JavaScript package into the notebook, and that's why you have such size. And okay, so we just uploaded notebooks. We need to refresh the website, and all your notebooks are available as web apps, and you can just share the link. And I told you that it is easy to add authentication to your notebooks, so you just need to change the public to the private. Okay, and refresh, and only people that are logged in will have access to your notebooks. And you can very easily invite new users, so you just provide their email address, set permissions. So permission can view notebook or edit notebook. So if they have edit permission, they can upload, for example, new notebooks. Okay. So this is the deployment with Run Mercury service, and I think that's all. So Mercury code is available on our GitHub. Here you have the QR code to our GitHub. And happy to answer any questions. Yeah.
There's a question about if it's possible to handle like cases where there is like input, output, for example, from API. For example.
Yeah, I think yes.
Yes. So cases like Jupyter has, I don't know, to call a API from Facebook. While it's calling, it needs like some user input, and then this input is used to call again the API. So this is okay.
Yeah, it is possible. And so, for example, if you are calling some external API, we have secrets. So you can add secrets to the Mercury, and you can use those secrets in the notebook, and you can call any API. And you can use this to connect to some external databases and so on.
Okay.
So yeah, you can do this.
Is the authentication secrets only available to the cloud service?
No, it is available to the open source versions as well. Okay, thank you.